Okay, long time no see, right? Rochelle and I almost made beta successful. I think we had like 25-ish videos. I'm not really sure. We ended up actually having technical difficulties. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, and I'd be curious to know if anyone else is having similar issues. But I actually am having trouble even accessing YouTube from the app. It just like craps out, and then we've had a lot of issues with the video uploader for whatever reason. It might just be us. I don't know. I mean, you know, we're not obviously not like technology pros. But I have a small Ulta haul I wanted to show you today. And before I do that, I want to say that I've been posting some videos of things from when I went to the office wrap party, which was actually in Scranton, Pennsylvania, where the show is based off of. And this is not going to become like an office channel or anything. The main reason I posted those was a couple people on my Twitter and Instagram had kind of asked me about the experience and stuff. And then I actually just wanted to have them kind of on record for myself. And so I thought it would be nice to just post them up there. So if I wanted to watch them, they wouldn't be deleted from my phone or anything like that. I had a lot of phone issues while I was in Scranton too, so the videos are kind of short and choppy. But if you're interested in that, feel free to check it out. And if not, this is not going to become like an office fan channel or anything like that, even though I do enjoy it. It was a really good experience. We kind of decided to go sort of at the last minute. I'd originally asked Rochelle, and she was going to help our friend Katie, who's getting married this summer, with like the bustling and lacing up of her dress, and they had an appointment that they couldn't reschedule or anything. So Andrew actually ended up kind of surprising me with the tickets and going, and we drove up there, and it was crazy. It was one of the craziest experiences I've ever had. All of the cast, well, almost all of them were in a parade, and I mean, I was literally like less than a foot away from every single cast member on the show. I touched John Krasinski's arm, which like made my whole life because I love him. And I actually had an opportunity. We went, there was a parade, and then there was just like a festival thing. And during the festival, they had all the cast up on stage, just kind of singing and doing things. A lot of them are in bands and stuff. The only thing I didn't enjoy about it, and if you happen to go to the office wrap party and know anything about it, I'd be curious to know your thoughts. I really wish that rather than have like some of the chaos they had at the parades and different activities, that they would have had actual, like, either you could pay for them or have some kind of meetup thing where they were like at a table and you could talk to them and get your picture and sign it, because people were very disrespectful. I saw several people like get mobbed and run over, especially when John Krasinski came through with Jenna Fisher. I mean, the girls like just went insane over him, like pushing each other and elbowing, and were not very mindful of like the people around them. I fortunately was not like knocked over or anything, but I did have an experience where we actually waited outside of a bar until 4 in the morning to actually have a chance to talk to them and meet them. There were only like 10 of us, but as the night went on, as the hours went on, there were some people, like people kind of were filtering out. It started out with probably about 30 and then ended up with like less than 10. But when it was a little bit larger crowd, these two guys like jumped in front of me and kind of pushed me out of the way. And Andrew actually got really angry. And he almost never, because he's a pretty quiet person, like acts out. And he was very vocal about how they needed to move, and I had been waiting there, and I was kind of like, and he actually said afterwards that he would have fought them, and I was just like, man, I'm glad that didn't happen. But he, and then there was a 19-year-old guy there, who I believe he told me his name was Michael. I hope I'm getting that right, because he was awesome. But he actually also helped Andrew kind of defend me from them, and, you know, was like, hey guys, you need to cut her some break. She's small and deserves to be here, because she was here first. But I had an opportunity to actually meet Steve Carell and talk to him, which was just surreal, because I've always been a huge Steve Carell fan. Even apart from The Office, I love his movies, and I just think he's funny. And he was very friendly in person. We didn't say a whole, we didn't say a whole lot, because there were obviously other people talking, but he took some pictures and signed some autographs and was very friendly. I think probably the two friendliest out of the whole Office cast were Jenna Fisher was as nice as can be. She was like hugging on us and just talking to us and asking us like, I can't believe you stayed out till 4 a.m. and it's so cold. And she was just so sweet and nice. And she just seems really friendly and really down to earth. And then I really loved, I am kind of obsessed with Ellie Kemper. I feel like she's sort of my spirit animal. She was just so bubbly and enthusiastic and silly and funny, and she just couldn't have been sweeter and nicer. You know, we talked about the weather and fashion, and she was just awesome. And I kind of wish she was my other best friend besides Kate Middleton, but we'll get to that in a different video. But anyway, it was just really fun. And while I was there, I had the opportunity to do a little bit of shopping. And I actually did some later on when I was home. About every 4 months, I restock all of my makeup. Because that's about how long like a bottle of foundation lasts, or a bronzer, you know, or things like that. And my skin is very allergic to a lot of different things. And so sometimes to me, it's worth it to go ahead and pay a little more up front for things that, you know, you all might be like, why did you pay $30 for a bronzer? That was stupid. But to me, it's worth it if it doesn't break my skin out, because almost everything gives me acne, which sucks. So I went to Ulta and I got a couple of things. Sorry about Webster. I don't know what he's doing over there, making all kinds of noises. And I restocked up on some of my stuff. Let's see here. I'm reaching into my purse. The first thing I got was actually a bronzer. Rochelle will tell you that sometimes I do not wear bronzers that are good for my skin color. I have purchased some bronzers in the past that have been dark and have made me look like a coal miner or a chimney sweep. And this one doesn't do that. One thing I like about it is even if you apply it really heavy, you still don't look, like I can confidently say it does not make me look brown. But this is the Too Faced 16-Hour Beauty Endless Summer Bronzer. And supposedly it's 16-hour, where it's been really rainy and humid here, and so I don't really think this is like the best time for me to test a wearability of makeup, because by the end of the day, no matter what you have on, your face is oily and your hair is greasy and it's wet and it's just disgusting. But I really like this bronzer. It is the Too Faced Endless Summer. It is 16-hour wear. I've been able to get a pretty good amount of wearability out of it. Definitely more than like a drugstore, but I think it'd be better for me to tell you like an hour for how long it lasts when the weather is not so terrible. But it's just a really pretty brown, and what I like about it is it's very like, what is the word I'm looking for? Natural. It's a very natural color. A lot of bronzers tend to steer orange or kind of yellow or brown. What I like about this one is it truly looks like, not that it matters if you see the camera, but I don't want there to be a glare. It really looks like to me what my skin in particular looks like when it has a little bit of color to it. It's very, very pretty, and I have just been really impressed with it. It is more expensive, but for the quality, I think that it's definitely worth it. And like I said, one of these will last me 4 months or longer, generally. So I don't mind paying the money for it. I think it was either $28 or $30, which I know is like, that's expensive for bronzer, but like I said, it'll last me quite a long time. And it's by the Too Faced brand, which I really like all of their bronzers, like the Sun Bunny and the Chocolate Soleil or Soleil or whatever that one's called. But I really like this, and I've been very, very happy with it so far. It's from their new summer line. And then the next thing I got is another one. When you know the price, you're going to be like, but like I've told you before, I almost always wear my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer for foundation. So I went to the MAC counter with every intention of getting it like I have for the last couple of years, and they have not had my shade for like 3 months. So I've been wearing a lot of experimental, bless you, Webster, experimental, crappy, different foundations that were not exactly the right color for me. And so I decided I would try something in the same price range. I think the Pro Longwear is like 20 or 22-ish. So I got the Real Deal Concealer, Serious Coverage by Laura Geller. And I really like this. It even says in the back that a little goes a long way. Use sparingly. And like I said, I feel like one of these tubes is going to last me between 3 months and half a year. Probably not half a year if I wear it for foundation, but definitely if I use it for concealer. Like this bad boy, I mean, I'm telling you, just like the teeniest tiny, I don't even want to squeeze it out because it comes out pretty heavily. I mean, the stuff, a little bit goes a really, really long way. Even just like the teeny tiniest thing will completely cover up under eye circles and redness and everything. But I decided I would go ahead and try this as foundation just for a little bit and see. If it doesn't work for foundation, it was definitely worth the $22, even though I know you're looking at the bottle like, what the heck? Because it wears the entire day. I put in my makeup a little after 7 to get ready for work. And I've had this for almost a week now, and every single day I've worn it, it's still on at like 11 o'clock at night, which to me, that's worth $22 to not have to think about it anymore. And I do like it. It is a heavier finish, so if you wear it as foundation, like you really have to kind of blend it out. And I haven't noticed it like caking or doing anything, but it says it is the real deal, and I think this is the real deal. This is a Laura Geller Real Deal Concealer, Serious Coverage in Light, because I'm pasty white, and I haven't had any issues with like the color or anything. It kind of leans yellow, which is good because that's more my skin tone. And then the next thing I got is not very exciting, but I needed a chapstick. And they had the EOS lip balms on sale. And I've actually only had one of these, which is the medicated one that I complained so much about and then ended up really liking. But this is the EOS lip balm in the sweet mint. And it just smells like the Trident sweet mint gum. And it's white. It's not really very exciting, but it works very well. It's funny because typically if a product has a lot of hype around it, I won't buy it because it almost never lives up to the hype. But this is one of those products that, like, when people say it's amazing, it's because it's amazing. And then the next thing I got is actually kind of random. I was watching All That Glitters 21 or Elle Fowler's. I really have been liking her and Miss Glamorazzi's Makeup Mayhem. I think it's just really girly and fun. And she did a tutorial like yesterday or the day before. It was super recent, so definitely check it out, from Tansy's Makeup from Heart of Dixie. And for those of you that are, I don't know if I've mentioned this in a video, but I'm kind of obsessed with Heart of Dixie. That's another cast of a show that I would love to meet or like be involved in, or if they want to cast me on the show, that's cool too. I don't even care if it's like as something scandalous or embarrassing, like a dead body or a prostitute or something, you know, call me, Warner Brothers or CW or whoever produces that show, but I enjoy it very, very much. I've been a big Rachel Bilson fan for a long time, but I love all of the characters, and I especially love the style of the show, like the makeup and the clothing on Lemon Breland and her best friend Annabeth. I always say Annabelle, Annabeth, I think it's Annabeth, but everybody calls her AB. And then Tansy, and of course Rachel Bilson, Zoe Hart's makeup is just like flawless. But the other night I was watching it, and Tansy was having an argument with her boyfriend George Tucker, and she had on really interesting makeup. In the show she plays like a cosmetologist, and so she's a little more like experimental with things than some of the other characters are. But she had on this like rosy gold eyeshadow. It was like the perfect rose gold champagne color, and then she had on teal eyeliner underneath. And it sounds like, you know, teal eyeliner is one of those things, and I think any kind of bright color eyeliner that's like kind of intimidating. And I know for me, like I work, you know, I'm a teacher, and I work in a more, not conservative environment, but not necessarily like creative or experimental. And I already get some like looks for some of the things I wear, like mixing prints. I mixed some prints the other day, and I thought I was like styling. And I got to work and people were kind of like, that's neat. But so I went ahead and when I went to Ulta and got some of the things that she actually uses in the tutorial. I got the Color Tattoo Metal 24-Hour Inked in Pink eyeshadow. And I would never in a million years buy a pink eyeshadow because I think it would make me look like I have pink eye or a zombie. But the way that she used it was she kind of used this as her foundation, or not foundation, like the foundation of her eye makeup. If she used this for her foundation, that would be all kinds of messed up looking. But anyway, and she had it underneath the rose gold, so it kind of added a little kick that I needed. But it's just a really pretty pink color, and I think probably depending on your skin tone that you could make this wearable. Like I can see this with like a champagne or a navy blue eyeliner being very pretty. But I love these, and I don't know if this one was limited edition or not. I can't remember because I've seen it in a lot of regular displays, but sometimes stores also do that just to have somewhere to put it. But it's the Inked in Pink, and she used that underneath the peach eyeshadow, which I looked all over the freaking place for peach eyeshadow that I liked, and I couldn't find any. And then she used the Sephora teal eyeliner, but we don't have a Sephora locally. We have an Ulta instead. And so I got the one from NYX since it was like $4 and it was on sale today. The NYX Retractable Eyeliner, waterproof in aqua green. And she just used this in like her waterline and her bottom lashes. And I just thought it was so pretty. Like it's not something that I would ever have thought to put together, but I'm really curious to try this and see what it looks like. I mean, I'll probably make try to make it like more wearable for work, I guess. But definitely check out her tutorial from that. And then oddly enough, my friend Allie on YouTube, Graphic Allie, that I talk about in like every video, I was watching one of her videos, and she had purchased like a neon green eyeliner and kind of did a similar thing. And I was like, what do you know? Maybe all these YouTubers are into something. But anyway, that's what I got. And sorry about the office tangent at the beginning. And also sorry about the length of this video. But if you have any questions or concerns, or you want to talk about Kate Middleton or bunnies or anything, just let me know in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.